Hey, Mrparka here to review a new one from Arrow Films USA. This is Blood Rage, aka Nightmare in Shadow Woods. You guys have probably heard of this one for a long time. It's a slasher film that, kind of had a cult following, had some trouble being released on home video, was cut to shreds, had a composite bootleg floating around, which had from the theater version or the uncut version and a couple versions mixed together. One had more gore, one had more dialogue and whatnot. Narrow painstakingly put this sucker together to bring you three versions of the film: the theater, the uncut, or the gorier one, the home video one with more dialogue, and the composite cut. All three, all on Blu-ray and DVD. I'm not sure which ones are on the DVD, but the Blu-ray, there's two Blu-ray set, has all three versions in HD on there. I made the horrible mistake. I had seen this movie years ago on a really crummy bootleg and wasn't very fond of it due probably to the quality of the video. But I finally watched this one, and you know what? I made the mistake of watching the Nightmare in Shadow Woods cut, which is the home video cut. Which was the more dialogue-driven and less gory one. And in a film like this, a lot of times you don't watch these for the dialogue, and this one was a lot was like that. And also, some of the more touching storyline stuff was cut out in the home video one, and it kind of came across just really sloppy and kind of just dumb. Although the film isn't exactly the most intelligent film ever. And then I went and put in the harder version, and I actually was very shocked at the special effects. They're actually top-notch, gory, splattery stuff. This guy, actually, the special effects artist, went on to work on a bunch of other stuff. He's probably one of the top guys in this day and age. But the effects are really great. Some really ambitious and very creative stuff in here. A hand gets chopped off, falls on the ground, a split head, stuff like that, a cut torso, a moving legs, or moving torsos kind of shaking on the ground, somebody the other half. Just some really good special effects in here. The film does the old kind of evil twin kind of subplot where one of the kids frames the other kid early on when they're kids and one's in a mental institution. It's around Thanksgiving. The innocent one kind of escapes, and this leads the evil one to go on another killing spree and try to blame it on his brother. The kill count's pretty high in here. A lot of the characters are really dumb and do some stupid things, but that's just kind of a slasher kind of trope. The film does know it is semi-self-aware of this, kind of, and it has fun with it. Some of the lines in here are kind of comedic. On the radio, you hear eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand after the guy just lost his hand, stuff like that. The character's catch line is that that's not cranberry sauce. So, and just some things like that where they're just clearly kind of aware of a lot of the stupidity in it, and they're kind of having fun on it. I believe this movie was shelved for a very long time and was just released in '87, which was years later and kind of past the big slasher boom. So I think they kind of missed I believe that, or maybe it was a shot the 1987 cut, but I'm not sure. I know that this movie was shelved for a while, and it kind of hurt it, I would imagine, because the slasher boom had gone and left already. Regardless, Blood Rage is, it's not a masterpiece of filmmaking, but as far as a gory, nasty slasher movie is concerned, it's one of the better ones you'll see. It's entertaining, it's never boring, and the performance from the mother in here is a very intense one, very kind of crazy, jarring performance, similar to the performance in Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker by Susan Terrell. I feel that one's probably a better performance, but this one in here is just intense, and the ending of this movie kind of was bothersome, to be honest. There's a couple bothersome scenes in the movie. The harder version has a scene in the mental institution that makes the movie tied together a lot better. If without that scene, the movie just kind of comes across as why are these people here? Why are they doing it? It's just kind of sporadic and confusing. Then again, the mother and sons in this movie are not necessarily normal people, because just the way they interact and everything, and the mother obviously had pushed some of her problems onto the children, as you can tell throughout the film. But regardless, if you guys are slasher fans, especially 80s slasher fans or slasher completists, it's a must for this title. I must say, there's tons of features on here. I watched a bunch of cast interviews and things like that, and they recollected. Yeah, that was a tongue twister for me. But they recalled all the other, the filming on the movie and stuff like that. And most of them seemed like it was a good experience. But there were some problems, obviously. You could tell the movie had some problems. There's some things going wrong here and there in the film, and some of the editing, you're just like, wait a minute, what's going on here for a second? But all in all, I don't think it's a horrible slasher movie. I think it's an entertaining slasher movie, and I enjoyed watching it. There's commentary which I did not get a chance to listen to, and I must say on this release, this edition, actually. I tried to watch the composite cut, which is 125 minutes, and I had some problems. It skipped over a lot of the chapters. But I also had a screener to review, and that one played just fine. So I imagine that's just my disc in here is a little faulty. So don't let that discourage you. But I'm just saying, I did have problems with the second disc in here a little bit, which is kind of wonky. I'm not sure what it was, but this is just kind of one of those movies. Definitely will say this about the movie: I don't think it deserves this great of a release, which makes me happy to say when a company like that will go out of their way to give like this movie that maybe a couple people absolutely love the grand treatment. That's just a beautiful, beautiful thing that we live in this day and age, where they can take something kind of a semi-obscure and make it, give the release of like an absolute classic. I love seeing that, and occasionally a movie I absolutely love gets this treatment, and this made me see this movie in a little better light, and I kind of enjoyed it this time around from seeing that old bootleg that I used to watch. But regardless, I think you guys will enjoy this movie if you're slasher nuts, and it's a great release of it. I think it's a top-notch release. So if you guys are interested in slasher movies or have ever seen an old crappy quality movie or rented it from the video store, this is a different version with blood splattery, great effects, really high kill count, ample with nudity and sex. So I'm Mrparka. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
I got him, Doc.
Put that gun down. It's his twin. Can't you see? You are Terry, aren't you? Don't worry about the gun. It's only a tranquilizer gun. Now listen, I'm Dr. Berman. I'm from the Institute. I want to see your mother.
Dr. Berman, did you find him?
No, I haven't even looked yet.
What's that gun?
Well, seeing as how we have a new head of the family, I think it's time you started pulling your own weight around here.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, he did!
And that's your favorite shot you were talking about there?
Well, I have so many favorite shots.
Don't forget, my film was going back and forth to New York every night, and I was seeing the dailies, because you got to see the dailies to make sure you're matching up, otherwise you're in big trouble.
In Jacksonville, Florida, which is some kind of special location as I remember it, it's a really good place to shoot a horror film, I'll just kind of say that.
I didn't know it was a genre. I didn't know it was anything. I just knew it was very hard to do.
I saw myself in the dailies and I said, this is screwy. Forget it. Just do your work.
I had written my father, in those days there was no internet, so I had written him a letter saying, I'm coming home, you were right, I'm sorry I put you through all this, coming home, there's no acting jobs, you were right. Wrote him that letter, sent it off, and 2 days later I got that part.
I didn't realize it at the time as I sat in that dark movie theater, but some of the film had been shot just a few hundred yards from where I was living.
It's the story of my life. I'm a survivor,
Oh, come on, Artie. You got a few good years left on that puss of yours.
Sure, I'm all right.
What is that thing in your hand?
It's Todd. Not totally out of his mind. He's killing people all over the complex.
Why? Why are you doing this?
It's not cranberry sauce.